The government called a very important all-party meeting today. This meeting was convened by the government to talk to the opposition about its strategic intent. In fact, one of the participants of this meeting was MIM's Asaduddin Owaisi. Thank you, Mr. Owaisi, for speaking to NDTV. So this whole insistence on getting the resistance front banned using India's diplomatic channels, can you explain to us why is it so important?
See, what is, to explain in a minute, what is Pakistan? Yesterday, the janaza prayers of all those terrorists who were killed in Operation Sindoor was offered by one Hafiz Abdul Rauf, who happens to be the son of Hafiz Saeed, and who's a designated terrorist in US. Now, this person performs the namaz in janaza, and behind him stands all those banned organization people, and behind them stand in the next line Pakistani military people in army uniforms. So this is what it is. So when a person is leading the janaza, who's a designated terrorist, so I think so our government must immediately tell the US that please designate him as a foreign terrorist within your country, and then take it up in United Nations Security Council and designate him as a terrorist. That organization must be designated. We have signed a trade deal with UK. Now, why can't we impress upon the UK government that within your country, tell your treasury to designate them as terrorists and then use their help in Security Council? Thirdly, we have signed, President Trump is saying that it was going to be zero tariff, so we must impress upon them that, you have to designate this person, this organization as a foreign terrorist organization, and bring Pakistan in FATF grey list. That is very important. Then only they will bleed economically. All this loud talk of we are karenge, we'll do this, we'll do that, will be shattered. And fourthly, we are exporting so much from China, importing from China more than what we're exporting. We must tell the Chinese also. What is this? This cannot be one-way street. If the Chinese can really use their influence, impose upon on Pakistan what India wants, and tell the Pakistanis to hand over those terrorists to us. We'll follow the due process in our country, and then the courts will decide what fate should be done to them.
Right. Mr. Owaisi, I'll just come to this multilateral institutions in a bit, but overall, do you think that Operation Sindoor, the fact that we only hit out at the terror bases, was part of a larger good messaging that we sent out, responsible messaging?
No, it was important for the government, which all the opposition parties in the last all-party meeting had said that we'll support you. Please take the action to bring justice to those bereaved families who had seen something very, very bad, which they will carry throughout their lives. So Operation Sindoor was undertaken. We had complimented the government, and the armed forces are brave armed forces. It's still an ongoing operation. But please remember that will Pakistan stop training, arming, financing those terrorist groups and to only attack in India? No, it will continue. I thought that yes, it will go beyond their terrorist headquarters. Okay, we have said that we will not target civilians, but I don't know whether good sense will prevail on whoever is running the Pakistan.
Sir, all experts have talked about conventional deterrence. They say that, if a terrorist establishment is struck, it will probably take a year or two for something like this to come up again. What do you think is a larger solution for Pakistan?
The largest solution is that we must impress upon all these permanent members of the United Nations Security Council to ban TRF designated, to bring Pakistan in grey list. Because remember, when Pakistan was brought in grey list, that was the time they had started expediting the legal process on the accused of 2611. And we have to be constantly vigilant. And the most important point is that we should not allow Hindu-Muslim frictions in our country, because these are the vicious designs of what the Foreign Secretary said yesterday, that they want more of these frictions in our country. So, the BJP people always say that Atal Bihari Vajpayee said that we can't change our. I would say आप पड़ोसी पे भरोसा भी नहीं कर सकते.
Absolutely. Mr. Owaisi, one of my last questions to you, sir. There's been, everyone has been talking about the stance that you've taken, how it is, it's one of the strongest positioning against Pakistan. You were one of the first voices that came out and said that this time people were asked about their religion and shot, and that was not that was not something that everybody talked about. Is this kind of politics the future of India?
Well, see, first of all, I think so. It is quite demeaning when people tell this to me. I have never changed. I have always taken pride in being an Indian, and this is what I am. So I'm not doing what I'm saying. I'm not saying it to please someone or to validate myself. That is the last thing on my mind. I'm saying this because, end of the day, I am a human being. I am an Indian. I have children. I have a family. And when you see something so barbaric happening, how can you keep quiet? So at least the position which Almighty Allah has given to me, I have to utilize that position to say the truth. And the truth is that Pakistan is promoting terrorism in India.
My last question to you, sir. There's also been lots of reports about civilians dying, the LOC violations that have happened, and also this arbitrary shelling by Pakistan in places such as Poonch. What do you think the government or the armed forces should be doing now?
Where is that general who said about two-nation theory? Majority of the people who have been killed in Poonch are Muslims. So we must realize that Pakistan wants to justify their barbaric actions through their sponsored terrorist organizations, Musliman, Islam. But their real design and intention is to hurt India, is to kill people irrespective of which religion they belong to. They have hit a Gurdwara. They have hit houses of Hindus and Muslims in Poonch. Small children who are Muslims have been killed in yesterday Poonch artillery. They're firing by Pakistan. So this is all hogwash. So I have requested the government in the all-party meeting that please use your security expenditure to call them as terror victims, because this is what they have been killed and terror victims. We are not waging a war, and give an ex gratia to them and build their homes, because these are all poor people who live in that area, who face the brunt of Pakistani artillery. And we have to really support them and help them.
Mr. Owaisi, while there's been a lot of diplomatic support for India, although countries have called for restraint, two countries, China and Turkey, are being seen as very friendly towards Pakistan. What does this mean for India?
Today, while I'm speaking to you in Delhi, the Iranian foreign minister is in Delhi. The Saudi foreign minister is in Delhi. I can only, request the leader of Turkey, Tayyip Erdogan, that you have designated certain Kurdish militant groups as terrorist organizations. You bomb their training camps. You bomb their terrorist camps in Iraq, in Syria as well. So the Kurds, you can take action against Kurds, but why are you questioning India? And where is this question of Pakistan Muslim and India being Hindu? India has more than 19 crore Muslims in India. And look at the victims who have been killed by Pakistan terrorist organization in Poonch as well. So I hope good sense will prevail on the Turkey leadership, and they see what is happening, what is being perpetrated by Pakistan is to ensure that there are more divisions between communities in India.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Owaisi, for speaking to NDTV. That was MIM's Asaduddin Owaisi speaking on the importance of diplomatic moves that India needs to continue to ensure that a lot of these terrorist fronts get designated as global terrorist organizations. With camera person Pooja Arya, this is Vasudha Venugopal for NDTV.